So what I have here is the Featherstone Obsidian 1. More accurately, this is the Featherstone Outdoor UL Obsidian 1P hiking tent, backpacking tent. The Featherstone Outdoor Ultralight Obsidian 1P backpacking tent is what I'm going to be reviewing today. I'm making a YouTube video here about a tent. I'm reviewing a tent on YouTube. I'm going to pitch it, and I'm not going to do a time lapse. I know. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if this is even possible, but I'm going to do that thing where the person just clicks their fingers and then the tent just magically appears. So, and let's just go. 1, 2, 3. Nope. That's better. Okay. So as you can see, it's sort of domey, but sort of not. Maybe you can't see that from there. Actually, let's walk around and I'll show you what it looks like. Sleeping capacity, 1. Yeah. So they reckon the minimum trail weight, 2 pounds 11 ounce. 2 pounds 11 ounces. Okay, I'm Australian, so 1.22 kilograms minimum trail weight. No. I measured the minimum sort of pegs and without the ground sheet, and it was more like 1.4. So pack weight 3 pounds 2 ounce. 1.417 kilograms. I would have said that was more like the minimum weight, but okay. So I measured with everything, all the pegs, the ground sheet, the inner, the poles, and the fly, so everything. And it was about 1.7 kilos. So 1.7 with the ground sheet. Minimum, I'd put it about 1.4. I think these are being a bit optimistic. Design semi-freestanding, yes, that's one of the reasons I got it. Canopy fabric, 20 denier ripstop. The floor fabric is the same, so 20D, 3000 millimeters. Yeah, maybe if you're hiking in the tropics or something, you'd want something a bit heavier, but for my hiking around here, Queensland, sometimes you get a bit of rain. Occasionally you'll get a storm, but if it's like storm season, I'm probably not going to be out hiking anyway because I'm soft, so that works for me. The main couple of reasons that I wanted to replace my tent were, one, I didn't like how many pegs you needed, and it was like 11 or 12 pegs or something like that, and if you missed 1 or 2, the thing would just flap around like crazy, or you'd be in a weird shape, you know, that kind of thing. So now I'm down to 8. Or if you've got it set up like I do now, 9, because that sort of allows you to open the door and have it pegged down separately to the other part. I'll show you that in a minute. And also the tunnel design of the other tent, it meant that you had to put your pack and your stuff like in the entrance of the tent all the time. The Featherstone has 2 vestibules, which is pretty nice on a 1-person tent. So I've got a door on one side, obviously, to get in and out, and then anything, if I have my pack or panniers, if I'm going for a ride, they can just live under the other side in the other vestibule. The tent pitches really easily. It's got a hub and spoke type setup, which I hadn't used before, but I didn't test pitch it or anything. I just went hiking and then, you know, figured it out. It's really easy. Basically, the poles just plug into 3 points, and then they kind of form this shape. You clip the inner tent onto the poles in a few spots, and then the fly just has color-coded buckles again that just clip into the inner, and then the pegs just like hold the corners out and hold the rain fly, the vestibules and things down. So we're on the opposite side of the tent now. This is the second vestibule away from the entrance. This is what I use for my just packing my pack away at night and things like that. You can see there's a reasonable amount of room there. No problem to get my 65-litre pack and you know, a few other bits and pieces, cooking stuff, whatever's out in there at night, without interfering, like without pressing up too much against the rainfly and without leaning too much into the tent itself. Really nice feature. One of the main things that I liked about this tent, because I don't know about you, but if you got to get up and pee in the middle of the night or something like that, you don't want to be like scrambling over all your gear just to get in and out. So really nice feature. A lot of one-person tents don't have this, so for me that's a really big plus. So here at the back you have this nice little flap. So closed, and obviously if you want a bit of ventilation, it's got this little Velcro thing. Does a pretty good job of holding it open, doesn't let any rain in. As you can see, like around the bottom of the tent is all quite well ventilated anyway. This would just, I guess, let a bit of heat out of the top of the tent where it would tend to heat up. Hey, anyway, it's nice, works well. What can you say about that? So this is what I was talking about with the extra peg. You have one on this panel and one on this panel. Obviously you can put them both onto one. It just means you've got to sort of hold the bottom while you unzip the tent. Open that. You can open both panels here. It's nice, so if it is a warm day and you're just hanging out in the tent, you can have this all open, you know, let some light in, let some breeze in. It's a really nice feature. So another thing that actually really has impressed me about this tent is just the quality of the stitching, the zips, like overall construction quality and materials. So I know you can't feel this through YouTube, but these zips are just super smooth, like silky smooth. Everything's like double stitched where it needs to be, and all of that. It just feels like actually high quality for a $200 tent, basically. All right, let's have a look inside. So on the inside, it's nice and spacious thanks to that hub and spoke design, which holds the sort of shoulders of the tent out at the top there. It's really nice if you need to sit up in the tent. We look down at the footbox area, you can see the kind of bathtub design, which keeps you nice and dry, and then the sort of trick guy lines that make that foot area more spacious as well. Not a bad place to be. So I know I said I wasn't going to do a time lapse in this video, but well, basically I've run out of footage, so here it is. Sort of, but not really. I'll admit I was disappointed to find that my 1.4 kilogram tent was actually 1.6 or even 1.8 with the ground sheet. Although I do note that the Featherstone website now actually has a more realistic spec, which is a lot closer to my own measurements, so there is that. Due to the double vestibule design of the tent, it does have quite a large footprint, at least compared to a lot of other one-person tents. Personally, I've spent 5 nights on the trail with this tent, and it hasn't bothered me. Overall, I do really like the Featherstone Obsidian. It strikes just the right balance of comfort, weight and cost for me personally. I think I'm just going to keep it till it wears out.